Welcome to the Dunton Homestead. My name is Kathy. Last week I mentioned in a video that I was excited to be part of a challenge started by Three Rivers Homestead. It is the Three Rivers Homestead Pantry Challenge. Now, Jessica from Three Rivers usually does this challenge for the month of January and February. This year she decided to also do it in June to help free up some of her jars, or I'm sure there are other reasons. I was unable to do it in the winter just because I knew I didn't have enough to work with to be able to pull it off. However, I decided to jump on board and see if I could do it this month, here in the summer. My first week of attempting to do it went okay. It wasn't great, and that was more because I'm looking back at the things that we had for dinner, and yeah, I was pulling from the food pantry as well as from our garden, eating fresh from the garden. I neglected to take pictures sometimes and to show or to film in any way. So I'm trying to go by memory. What did we have last week? People have different reasons for participating in the food pantry challenge. Mine cover like all of it, a little bit of all other people's reasons, as I want to free up some jars so that when the harvest starts coming over the next couple weeks, don't have to go out and buy out more jars and then figure out where to put stuff. You want to rotate your food products anyway. Our first year of gardening, we did really well with cucumbers, and I pickled a lot of dill pickles. Who knew that you didn't really need 80 quart jars of dill pickles? So consequently now, 2 years later, I have probably still a dozen from 2021 pickles. Now they still taste good, they're just a little squishy. I still haven't really mastered how to can pickles that have a crunch to them anyway. That's another ongoing endeavor of trying to figure out how to do this. Another reason why people do it is just to save money save a month's worth of grocery money. Now, not everybody can fully rely on their pantries to pull from to eat every meal. Going into this, I knew that I would be spending some money at the grocery store this month on bread and on dairy products. I have no dairy animals. I have nothing that's going to give me anything to be able to work with for cream, for milk, for cheese. I don't have anything like that yet. And I don't see that actually happening further down. And as far as bread goes, yeah, I could make bread. I had a sourdough started going for a while and was doing pretty good with it. But then when, we had a medical diagnosis in the family for diabetes, bread's not really a friendly thing on the diet. I have been buying keto-friendly bread. They have very low in carbs, and I've been buying that, and that's what we've been using. So I will be buying keto buns and bread and whatever else, wraps that we need to get throughout the month, as well as our milk and our creamer and our cheese. But even so, that should drastically cut down on my grocery bill. So it'll be interesting to see how much money can be saved for the month of June that's not spent in the grocery store, because I'm forcing myself to make do with what I have in my freezer, what I have growing fresh in the garden, and what I have in jars on the pantry shelf and in Mylar bags in the pantry shelves. I looked at what I spent on groceries for the month of May and the month of April. And in May I spent, it was almost $500 for the month. And then in April it was well over. It was closer to like $575. I mean, you stop and think about it, that didn't used to be That's pretty normal for a family of 4 when you're buying for a family of 4, but the amount of groceries that you're bringing out in your carriage is a whole lot less than what it used to be for that amount of money. So if I can bank $400 to $500 this month, that would be cool. There's a couple things that I've been wanting to order. One of those things, it's been mentioned a few times in the comments of my videos that I need to invest in a microphone, that y'all can't hear me. So I would like to look into doing that if I can save some money. Now I'll go ahead and I'll try to remember what it was that we had and when we had it. And going forward, this is a new week going forward, I will try to be more specific with my record keeping and make sure I take you pictures. There were some things that came out real pretty, and I wish I had taken pictures. Just about every night we had gone ahead and I picked what was available in the garden, and this night we had a few broccoli heads, some zucchini, and some string beans. What I did is I cut that all up and roasted it in a roasting pan with a little olive oil and salt and pepper. I had taken out a couple of jars of venison that I had canned. When you pour that into a saucepan and you put some heat to it, stir it around a bit, it ends up tasting like it's been roasting in a crock pot all day. It's very tender. And I topped that with some hamburger buns with your favorite sauce, and it's perfect. I am trying to have Friday nights be pizza nights. This is one less meal I have to think about what to have. In this particular case, I made the pizza crust out of zucchini. This was actually my second attempt, my second crust. I got distracted and burnt the first crust, and fortunately had enough zucchini flour to make another one. There's pretty much no carbs to this, so when you line this up against a regular pizza, it's much better for you for a diabetic diet, and it comes out awesome. It really tastes good. The kids enjoy it. On this night, I went through the garden, pulled a cauliflower head and a little bit of broccoli, another zucchini. I also took some okra off the shelf that I had freeze-dried. I rehydrated that. I pulled some ground chicken from the freezer, and I used the website that I mentioned last week called Flavor Fuse, and I put in ground chicken, okra, and tomato sauce because I had some canned tomato sauce, and it came up with a recipe that was really turned out well. I roasted the vegetables on a cookie sheet with olive oil and salt and pepper. And then I prepared according to the recipe that was on that website, which I will put that website in the comments so anybody wants to check that out. And it came out really good. The next night I had pulled out a chicken and thawed the chickens that we had raised and harvested. The sweet potatoes are what I had left in the pantry. I was able to get a few carrots out of the garden along with some onions and some sage and some rosemary. And I roasted the chicken with the vegetables around it in a huge cast iron pan that I have. It's the first time I ever roasted a chicken in a cast iron pan, and it came out really good. Unfortunately, this is one of the items, one of the meals that I forgot to take a after picture, and it's too bad because it was really pretty. We try to have some type of tacos on Tuesdays. The onion was something that was just left in the fridge, and as well as the lettuce. I have no lettuce growing. My father does, though. Have a few more onions that are in the pantry, and I will be pulling my own onions and using them as I need them, fresh from the garden. The meat for the tacos is ground venison. And my son had decided to season up some rice to go with it. I don't buy a whole lot of snacks anyway. I usually just buy like nuts or granola type stuff. I decided I probably needed some snacks, so when I was taking care of my grandbabies, I brought a bunch of baking stuff over and we made chocolate chip cookies. Saturday nights we usually call must-go nights, so that basically means anything in the refrigerator must go. So just kind of pull everything out and eat what's good to eat, and sometimes we have to add a side to it or something, so that's what we did on that Saturday night. However, I did not record it. I had to change positions because it's raining again. The rain is good. There are many people south of us that are not getting the rain that they need for their gardens, and so I'm not going to complain about the rain. Also, up until about 4 days ago, we were watering with town water, and my water bill was twice as much as what it normally is. And I got a courtesy phone call letting me know about it. Never heard of them doing that before. If you want to follow other people that are doing the Three Rivers Challenge, there are probably literally thousands of people doing this. All you have to do is follow the hashtag 3 Rivers Challenge, and you will find so many videos of people doing that. That concludes the first week of the Pantry Challenge for me. I think it was overall a success. I'm hoping to do better this week. The Flavor Fuse website is a game changer for me. I will post that in the comments, the website, how you can find it. If you're interested in any t-shirts like this that says "My pets make me breakfast," I will have the link in the description for my affiliate for Farm Where You Live, and you can get your own t-shirts like this. If you're not a subscriber of ours, I invite you to hit like and subscribe to the channel so you can get all of our videos. I hope you all have a good week. Be a blessing and be blessed.